It's week 1 fantasy football. We got our first NFL game tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to preview that game and give you fantasy football analysis. But today, we're going over the waiver wire again. We're going 30 plus deep, looking at these players. Some for shallow leagues, some for deeper leagues, a little bit of everything. So stay tuned for what players come your way from the waiver wire. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're doing player rankings. I just dropped the running back rankings video moments ago. We're going deep on the waiver wire every day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sleepers, guys to pick up. Who to start, who not to start. We're looking at the matchups. It's all right here. It's free. Click that button. Stop missing out. The first waiver wire player we're looking at today, he's a hot one. It really depends on your league. And all these depends on your league. Ollie Gordon, he should be picked up by now. He should have been picked up by now. If not, just go check it out. See if you can make it happen. I look for him to get that most at work around the red zone, some opportunities. He's got a good matchup this week. We might see a little bit out of him. Stash play. Something happens to HN. He's going to be rolling up. Ollie Gordon is a guy you need to be paying attention to all of this season. Jayden Higgins. I did not put the two together that he might be on some waiver wires. In my head, he's drafted. In my head, he's gone. But he might be on some waiver wires. Go check it out if he is. He would actually be ahead of some of those top waiver wire wide receivers I talked about earlier this week. It just did not click with me that he could be sitting there. He's a round 2 pick, early round 2, close to round 1. He's going to be out there on the field. Houston's going to be slinging the rock. You look at their running backs. He's going to be getting deep targets downfield. He could be a sneaky option that goes off this year. Darren Waller. I did a you need video once he came back because he's in line to get a lot of targets, some opportunity here with the Dolphins. He was banged up when he was back playing. That was back in 2023, back in 2022. High-end athleticism. Not a lot of targets to go around in this offense, but Jonnu Smith got a lot of targets here last year as well. Where you could see Darren Waller hitting some spots. More like a tight end you pick up for a run of games and right matchups off and on throughout the season. Hollywood Brown. Just like Higgins. It did not click to me that he could be on the waiver wire in some leagues. In my head, he was drafted. So he might be drafted in your league. You might look at him and say, not in my league, pal. I understand. We are going 30-some deep here. Hollywood Brown is going to be out there running routes. Rashee Rice is out for 6 games. They cannot pepper Travis Kelce more than he can be peppered. He's going to be around a 25% target share. Kelce is. Xavier Worthy should be seeing a step up. Hollywood Brown, some of these matchups, is going to pop off. And he might give you good wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 3 production. But that's good off the waiver wire considering what you're getting here in talent. And also in terms of the situation. Elic Ayomanor. Now, this is a wide receiver that is trending up, climbing the depth chart. He'll be out there running a lot of routes. More for 14-teamers, deeper 12-team leagues, like 18-plus rounds, but also wide receiver and traditional 12-teamers, 16 less rounds that you need to watch on week 1. Watch the routes ran, the targets. This is a wide receiver that got underdrafted last year that should have went in the second round of this year's draft. Honestly, that should have went higher. Should have been drafted on day 2 of the draft. Titans got a steal out of him. He mossed up Travis Hunter. If you remember that. Elic Ayomanor, got to pay attention to. Chris Rodriguez. Everybody's Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Oh my God. Running back 4 in the depth chart. Oh my God. I just drafted him. I'm excited. I got him 16th round. I want to see what's going on. Don't forget about Chris Rodriguez. He could be a thorn in our side. He could be nothing. He could be getting red zone looks. He's got good vision. He's got size. And we could see a carousel effect of running backs here from Washington. Brandon Aiyuk. He should be drafted. But if he's sitting there as a stash play off the waiver wire, go ahead and get him. Especially if you got a spot and legally in your league, since he's on the pup. If he can go into IR spot, go ahead and get him. Hunter Henry gets a lot of targets, gets a lot of opportunity. If he went undrafted, he was a waiver wire pickup last year. Even with the production, even with the ramp up, he was averaging 5+ targets a game easy last year. Drake May looks his way. That could be a tight end that could get you by Trevor Lawrence is a quarterback to look at if he's sitting there on waivers, especially in the right matchups. You got Carolina this week. They just allow fantasy points to be scored on them, and then we saw that last year, especially the running backs. This could be a good get-right scenario. He also has Travis Hunter right now as his wide receiver too. That's a huge upgrade for him. Ray Davis. If Cook goes down, Davis is up. He should have been drafted. But I honestly saw a screenshot of a team that got drafted with 4 tight ends. One of those tight ends is a handcuff. Anything can happen. If he's sitting there, he's a pickup. So drop your handcuff tight end. If Cook goes down, Ray Davis is going to be a priority add. Luther Burden is a big-time wide receiver prospect. Should have been drafted in the first round. 5-star out of high school. Went to Mizzou where they don't throw the ball enough, where they're not creative enough to use him. He was killing it in training camp. This is a wide receiver you pick up. You hold for a few weeks to see if he materializes, and he can materialize in a big way as a top 10 wide receiver in the league. He has that type of talent, but he could also get in line with the target flow and just be so-so for fantasy football production. But really, you're just holding kind of like a meme stock, a meme coin, just to see if he bounces up and goes to the moon. Zach Ertz. Good target getter in this offense. This offense can move the football. Look for him to be a guy you're picking up, maybe throwing in the lineups up and down throughout the season, especially in some of these good matchups. Look at this coming up. We got the Giants this week. Packers should be a good over-under. You got Atlanta. You know that Chargers game is going to be flowing. You know that Cowboys defense is unsettling. You got Ertz in some good moments this year. He got you some good tight end 1 weeks last year. He's cheap, could be free. Go look at him. Matthew Stafford went undrafted in a lot of leagues, but he's going to be back. He's going to be playing. He's got Adams now. Puka Nacua is starting the season healthy where he didn't last year. Would have had better numbers last year if he would have had some Puka Nacua weeks 1 through 7 or so. Matthew Stafford, if he's back to close to 100%, might be cooking Jayden Blue. This is an upside lottery ticket running back. In my head, he's drafted. But if he's sitting there, pick him up and hoard him for a little bit. Ambiguous backfield here for the Dallas Cowboys. He could be getting touches and could be a starter somewhere down the line. This Cowboys team could melt down somewhere down the road, and they could be allowing him to get touches. This is a running back to pay attention to with that 4.3 speed. Cedric Tillman. Flacco might cook a little bit. He might push it downfield. The RB2 on this team, big-time prospect, record setter at Tennessee. We're watching for Judkins, obviously, but to start the year, he might get more work than advertised. Christian Kirk's part of this offense. This team's going to be moving the football in the air. They're going to throw it a lot. He's going to be getting the short targets. We got some good matchups here to where we can exploit him. Rams, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Baltimore, not so much. We got to bye. Seattle on the road. This could be a wide receiver that could help you out. Brenton Strange is another tight end. New coaching staff. We could be seeing changes. On top of that, we had some tight end 1 weeks last year. We also showed the ability to score big time in the right moments. That could be happening this year. And if you're in a deeper league, you need somebody for week 1. Carolina might flow some fantasy points in this matchup. Bryce Young's going to be cooking it. That defense last year gave up a lot of fantasy points to running backs. He might be on the other end of that, trying to play keep up. We lost some wide receivers, but we still got T-Mac. We're doubled up at the run game. We came on strong last year, and he's free. He's cheap. There's some upside here. Bhayshul Tuten is an upside lottery ticket running back prospect with 4.3 speed, and he's kind of like a double cuff because if Tank goes down, Tuten comes up. ETN goes down, Tuten comes up. They're going to be using 2 running backs in this team, in this situation here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Liam Cohen was formerly with the Buccaneers. That's what they did last year. We expect them to do that this year with the Jaguars, especially using these guys in the passing game. 4.3 speed, catches the ball in the backfield. Good profile out of Virginia Tech. Adam Thielen, in my head, he's drafted, but maybe he's sitting there on waivers. First 3 weeks of the season there, Jordan Addison is going to be suspended. That's going to create opportunities for him. Also, last time with the Vikings, top 5 in red zone looks when it comes to getting targets in the red zone. That's something to pay attention to. Just a viable veteran wide receiver who is always open. JT Sanders could be getting extra targets. Now they're banged up at wide receiver. Coker's out. He could be getting those red zone looks. Xavier Legette got a lot of targets last year, but didn't do anything with it. JT Sanders had some moments last year, as you see down below me, week 6, 7, 9, and 10. 12. this could be a tight end that has some moments for you that's free. Woody Marks. Can Nick Chubb make it through a full season? Joe Mixon may not be back. Woody Marks has some games in college where he was catching 80 balls, 60 balls, 40 balls, and he's a good grinder between the tackles. I would not be surprised if he gets his opportunity somewhere down the line this season. Isaac TeSlaa, deep ball dandy, good hands, and he's kind of like a double cuff because if Amon-Ra goes down, he's going to see some work, and everybody's going to flock to him. If J-Mo goes down, damn straight everybody's going to flock to him because the deep targets are going to go to TeSlaa. And on top of that, stand alone. He could hit on random games. Deep target downfield, bring it in. That could be 10 fantasy points just on that one play. Brashard Smith, watch the routes ran, watch his snaps, watch the work he gets. Weeks 1 through 6, Rashee Rice is out. 4.3 speed, can be used as a wide receiver, getting opportunity with the first team in practice and in preseason. He could be getting more work than expected. We're seeing this on Friday. Dante Thornton, 4.3 speed. He's a skyscraper, deep targets downfield. You bring in one of those, you got a big week. If he gets more targets than realized, this could be a big fantasy scoring machine. DJ Giddens, if Jonathan Taylor goes down, you're looking at a running back prospect with a lot of upside. That could be a hoss for you week to week. 12 team plus, like if you got 18 rounds, 14 teamer or something like that, you're definitely looking at him unless you're making the choice that you're going to get him as your lottery ticket running back prospect. Tory Horton, deep threat for this team. JSN usually gets shorter targets. His ADOT's probably going to hover around 10. You're looking at Cooper Kupp. His ADOT's probably going to hover around 7 to 8. And he's going to be out there in 3 wide receiver sets. That meaning when they got to stretch it, Tory Horton is going to get the deep balls. And also, if something happens to Cooper Kupp, Tory Horton's going to be in line for more work. Troy Franklin thrown in there. He was targeted on over 20% of his routes ran when he was out there on the field. Played with Bo Nix back at Oregon. Good prospect, actually. We got some competition here. Cortland Sutton should be soaking up the targets. Evan Ingram should be soaking up the targets. Pat Bryant looks like he could emerge later this season. But again, 14 team plus, big time dart throw in your leagues. Those are the 30 players that we're looking at today. Considering they are waiver wire dart throw stashes, we went through them rather quickly and kind of like you want a ranking, but honestly, something has to happen for some of these guys to be fantasy relevant, and that's what you're really looking at. But if you already have that guy on your roster, you don't have to fight the fab. You don't have to fight the fab. You got him for free. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Check out my running back rankings. Wide receiver rankings will be up. Want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.